Hello folks. Folks, I always try to make videos with a story. A beginning, an intro, the main story, and an ending. Try to make it a logical progression. But with this video, I really don't know the real direction, and I'm not sure how it's going to end up. I always try to keep the video short, so folks will watch to the end. I figure if they can make it through an hour-long TV show, then maybe they can make it 10 or so minutes with me. I know the chances of any video going viral is rare for me these days, and I really appreciate those longtime subscribers who stick it out all these years with me. Thanks so kindly. Here we go. Well, the local Civil Air Patrol actually handled the parking and guests at our annual Farmers Fun Fly this month. They did a great job, and so we decided to put on a private demonstration for them at the last club meeting. We wanted to introduce them to the model aircraft and to let those who wanted to try to fly get a chance. Well, Adam demonstrated his giant AgCat crop duster and EDF jet.
10 or 12 blade, more blade.
While Terry flew his Super Cub. I brought my own Super Cub too and gave a flight lesson with it as well. I don't use buddy boxes to teach, doing it the way I was taught and how I always teach. It's too easy to save the plane without the student actually knowing or feeling the panic. When I grab the transmitter out of your hand to save it, you know you messed up for sure. And in that panic mode usually teaches the students faster and to remember not to do what they did, as you're going to see. Not sure if video game controllers cause it, but if I say give it up a little, even after I give ground school explaining the transmitter, many move the stick the wrong way. So to get it right for them, I say back is up, and I drum that in. Watch and you'll see.
I'm going to be saying left, right, up, and down to you. Listen to me. It's important. Okay, you got it. A little bit up. Up is back. Up is back. Up is back. Always remember up is back. Let me see it again.
Well, this cadet only did it once, and she never did it again. In fact, this cadet flew the rest of the flight till the battery died and landed it. Very impressive.
All right, try that. All right, start a left turn, and then a little up is back, up is back. Now back to the right. Level the wings off, pull back a little bit so you maintain altitude. That's good, that's good. All right, start a left turn. Look over your shoulder, pull up this way, look this way. Okay, when you start to turn, look with it. You're in the machine, pull back, turn right, turn right.
To get used to that orientation when the plane is coming back at you, I always turn the pilot so the transmitter is pointing in the same direction as the plane is flying, where they're looking back over their shoulder. It's like being in it and the transmitter is the cockpit. That way the controls are never backwards to them.
Okay, then you just turn with it, pull back, back is up, right, right. I'll give you a little more power.
It's like driving a remote control car,
Okay, stay pointing in it.
You take a remote control car and put it on a big circle track.
So when you turn,
You're standing there,
don't forget you pull up, a little up, now that's it, perfect.
the corner in there, it goes the opposite direction.
Perfect, that's perfect. So just keep holding a nice big circle. Okay, when you're going with it, you're in the plane. Up is back, turn right. Up, up, back to the right. Good save, good save, good save. So just stay out there where you can see it. The most important thing is if you can't see it, you can't fly it. Okay, left turn, give it up in the turn. Real airplanes do exactly the same thing. You're doing good. You're doing really good.
So I went ahead and brought a few different models tonight to show the folks that there are different kinds of models and airplanes that you can fly and have fun with.
Thank you.
And I flew my Nexus helicopter, Skipper, my flight test AgCat, my B-1RD, my XK450, and my Unique 500 drone when we went looking to see if we could find Adam's missing plane in the bean patch. We didn't find it. I'm going to be uploading some of our flying in this series of videos so you can see some of the activities we had that night. Well, unfortunately, things always seem to go wrong when you want to demo something, and that's exactly what happened to my 45-year-old Nexus 30 helicopter.
Helicopter flies pretty much the same as an airplane when you're in forward flight. But when you hover, you can throw that all out the window.
I had just finished the flight, and when I came back in to hover in front of us all, when all of a sudden it slammed into the ground flat and broke up the landing gear, bent the feathering shaft and main shaft, and then ate the main gear, all in the instant it took me to get to the throttle hold 3D switch to turn it off, which is never in time, I might add. Well, it looks like the pitch slider stuck as I lowered the throttle, but when it finally moved, it went negatively pitched instantly and slammed down. Reverse main pitch plus the fact that it weighs almost 7 pounds made quite the noise. It was also quite the surprise to everyone and dramatic for sure. So, well, you know, I don't have to tell you that the parts for this machine are extremely hard to find. I did have a spare gear and the main shaft, and I did manage to straighten the blade feathering shaft on my drill press, which is not too hard, but I still had no landing gear. So I decided to make my own landing gear from PVC by melting it and bending it to the shape as you can see from these pictures. I superglued the old landing gear together to measure it and get it right for the curves. You know, I also use the foam noodles on my helis as they lift the heli off the ground further so the tail rotor doesn't hit the grass, and also makes it much more visible for my 74-year-old eyes. Well, I've got a lot of experience with Kyosho helicopters and actually was a member of the Kyosho helicopter team as a field rep. And many of you know I invented a Hyperfly no-tail rotor heli for them, and I will also be demoing that pretty shortly. Well, when Kyosho Concept 30s hit the market, they were really great helicopters, and the Nexus 30 was actually the first helicopter that I learned to fly inverted with. I learned to do that without a gyro, and that was pretty much the hard way, as they hadn't even really invented or perfected then for models. Even today, I only fly simple rate gyros on the tail rotor, and I fly maneuvers that I like to watch myself with low stress. I know firsthand, though, invariably what happens when showing off and trying to slam them around and keep them hitting the ground. Of course, I never really learned how to do the tail rotor stand like Mock Moss did. I ate up a few helis trying that. So now my favorite old school heli's back together, and this is how the test flight went.
You want to check it out? Did I do a good job? Huh? All good? Yeah, all good, my little kitty. Yeah, it's all kitty. Hmm?
Well, you can really hear it straining. It just has too much pitch on top and when inverted, and that thus slows the rotor down. So I'm not going to push it because I don't want to stall the engine. But with today's computer radios like mine, adjusting the pitch curve is going to be real easy. I know this isn't as maneuverable as advanced as, say, my Align T-Rex 500 or many newer 3D fly barless helis, but I really do enjoy flying it, and I don't even need a computer to do so.
Beat it again.
So please stay tuned to see the Hyperfly fly in this wind, along with longer versions of the planes I flew here tonight for the Civil Air Patrol meeting. So thanks so kindly, and God bless.